So I am discussing about what are the advantages of emotional intelligence for a civil servant. The first advantage is it should have, the society itself is disintegrated today. Hence, there is no feeling of oneness. Hence, civil servants has to be emotionally intelligent because their work is more complex these days. The second one is there are a number of civil society institutions. You can say these are the challenges in civil services also. Look at this. There is one more question here. Status and problems. This is the status and problems. First status is this, right? That is why emotional intelligence is required. The number of civil society institutions are increasing, which act as watchdog. Role of media and people's expectations has become very high. This is the present status. Transfer some postings makes you yourself pressure and to feel stress. And the fourth one is people have lost faith in the bureaucracy. In order to restore that faith, emotional intelligence is important. Administrator itself or administration itself is beset with many problems such as political problems, corruption, self-glorification. So in order to overcome all these problems, these are the problems in administration. This is the present status of civil services, right? In order to overcome all these problems, emotional intelligence is important. If a civil servant is emotionally intelligent, then he will be able to handle extreme feelings properly. All these extreme feelings properly. In crux, emotional intelligence adds far more better qualities which makes us more humane. So human beings will become more humane if you are transferring or if you are showing that emotional intelligence. So this is how emotional intelligence helps, and you can also mix the points that I have said earlier. In my previous book, I have said few points, right? You can write these things also. You can use the same thing as the problems and the status of civil service today. Applying emotional intelligence in governance, last topic here. There is one thing called contemporary governance, classical governance, or classical bureaucracy. What is the traditional mode of bureaucracy? Right? Classical means traditional. Contemporary means modern way of governance. In the classical bureaucracy, as I said, it was duty based. The persons were Weber and Taylor, right? Impersonalization and dehumanization of civil service. They wanted to go with the duty. But in the contemporary context, it is no more a duty-based governance, because administration has become citizen-centric today. It is focusing on good governance, where administrators will be the face of the governance, right? And it has to be sensitive. So the role of bureaucracy itself has transformed. Unlike your traditional bureaucracy, modern bureaucracy is this. It is no more a state-centric model. It is citizen-centric. People are participating. You have to do good governance. It is like more being sensitive. Hence, contemporary days, emotional intelligence is very important. In the olden days, when Weber and Taylor was there, they might be right. But today, you have to be very responsible to people, because it is the people's government. That is called the governance is of the people. And then this is the first thing. That is why you should have emotional intelligence in governance. So whenever they are asking why emotional intelligence has to be there in governance, first thing, the concept of governance has changed from traditional mode to the modern mode, where in the modern mode, it has become citizen-centric, it has become focusing on people-centric, and it is focusing on good governance. Hence, emotional intelligence is very, very important. Today, they are working in a society which is widely divided. I have said this. Hence, complexity exists. The web is like a complex web. So, interpersonal interest helps in organizing the values. Governance is people-centric. Relationships are the DNA of governance. Relationships are the DNA of governance. Very, very important. If you maintain good relationship, governance is going to be successful. Hence, emotional intelligence is important. All governance is people's governance. See, these are the terms you can use. All governance is people governance. Today, there is no bureaucrat governance. This is people's governance. All public service is people's service. Relationships are DNA of governance. Governance is more about creating social capital. Creating social capital is about governance. Social harmony, right? Previous year prelims question, what is social capital? Right? What is social capital? Creating that harmony among the public. Human capital is investing in the people. Social capital is investing in the relationship of the people. Right? Human capital is you are investing in the people. Social capital is you are investing in the relationship of the people, and governance is creating the social capital. You have to build harmony in the society. You have to create that feeling of oneness. Hence, emotions are important. Social capital refers to the bonds of mutual respect, care among members collectively in a society. When governments fails to invest in social capital, they are going to lose. Hence, emotional intelligence is important. You can write, these are the terms that you can use while you are writing. That is why I have given this here. Legitimacy can add cynicism and reduce people's trust in governance. Right? Legitimacy which add to cynicism. If you are just going by force, it is going to lose away the trust. Right? IQ is important for making more sense about skills, but it can alone, see, IQ alone cannot build groups intelligence, right? It can give you individual benefit, but emotions give group benefit. Group intelligence can be got only from emotional intelligence, right? Leadership is a relation and not a position in hierarchy. Leadership is a relationship in a hierarchy, not in a position in hierarchy. Look at this. That is why if you are becoming a leader, civil servant, hence it is not a position in the hierarchy, rather it is a relationship that you have to maintain with others. Hence emotional intelligence is very important. And also the demand of a good leader is more important than IQ, right? With IQ you might reach this position, but if you are not maintaining good relationship, you are going to fail. According to Max Weber, bureaucracy is compared with other organization exactly like a machine. That is what I said initially. Weber compared bureaucrat as a machine, no emotions, nothing. So emotions are not intelligence for him, what Max Weber has said. So emotions are not intelligent because emotions influence the rational thought. This is how this fellow said, Weber said. Emotions, they are very, emotions as such do not have any intelligence. They influence your rational thought. Emotions are irrational, subjective, and unpredictable. Absolutely. If you are not having that intelligence, then obviously emotions are irrational. They are subjective, they are not objective, they are unpredictable. Like Weber's lifelong project was to conquer the world of administration for rationality. He says that Weber says that don't give emotions a place because emotions doesn't have any intelligence. They are not rationally backed up. They are not objectively sound. So don't give emotions. Go for rationality. Use your brain in your administration. Right? That is what Weber said. But administration is also about leadership. This is the changed version. Now look at this point. Administration is human conduct in professional competency. Very, very, very important term. What is administration? It is how you are going to conduct yourself in professional capacity. Right? Administration is human conduct in professional capacity. Hence, human conduct should be analyzed. Either it may be intrapersonal or it is interpersonal. Administration is going to be very, very important. Excellent administration is capable of increasing social capital, and to do so, administrator needs to have this capacity. I said social capacity building, sensitivity to develop relations for which ultimately administration is accountable. So this is why it is important. Now, why I said all this is I should have stopped with my first book itself, but no, this book or this collection has good vocabulary and good insights. Right? Relationships are DNA of governance. Right? Administration is human conduct with professional capacity, in professional capacity. Right? So why emotional intelligence is important? I have written it more clearly here. So if you want, you can refer it. And this is the crisp notes for what I have written in all the previous pages. Right? Just for quick reference, I have given this for my understanding. So this is the things which I have already said to you. right? This is the thing that I have said. One second, guys. See, for quick revision, I have written this. This is called crisp notes. All the notes that I have prepared, I have made it into one page for quick reference, right? This is how you have to prepare quick notes. Now, what it contains: emotional intelligence. I have given the definition of intelligence, right? What is intelligence, right? Emotions. Emotions as such are not intelligent. They affect your rational thought, irrational, subjective, and productive. Hence, intelligence is required for governance. Then I have said what is emotional intelligence. Know what feels good, what feels bad, right? Then how you can get it: emotional awareness, emotional management, balance emotions plus reason. That is called emotional intelligence. So emotional intelligence in ability action skill. Emotional intelligence spreads if you are applying that in the ability or in action. That is called emotional competency. Helps in handling attitudes of the person. This is what I have discussed so far. This is for revision that I am doing this. Components of emotional intelligence, I said intrapersonal, interpersonal. In the intrapersonal, I said you should be emotionally aware. You should manage your emotions. How you can be emotionally aware, right? Accurate self-assessment, right? Then you have one more thing: accurate self-assessment and processing your thoughts, self-control, right? Management of emotions, self-control, adaptability, innovativeness. I said three components under this. Then there is third one: motivational factors, achievement drive, right? Motivation of oneself, achievement drive, commitment, embracing groups vision, right? That is the thing we discussed. Why civil servants needs to be emotional intelligence? What are the challenges? What is emotional intelligence in governance? All governance is people governance, all people's governance. All public service is people's service. Relationships are DNA of governance. More about building social capital. Administration is human conduct in professional capacity. Leadership is relationship and not a position in hierarchy. Right? It builds social capital. Sensitive about people will be sensitive about that. Just like I have given a brief important things all at one place, so that whenever we are preparing, we can be very sure about it. So that is why I have given that. So this is what I wanted to say about emotional intelligence. I hope you had some got some awareness on how to write something about emotional intelligence, right? So this is the thing that we discussed. So if you are writing all these things, then if you do, just remember, or if you are making your notes just like this for every topic, in one page, for revision it will be very quick. It won't take much time, right? I will remember all the things, like, okay, this I will remember forever. I won't forget. You have to make yourself in that way. Even if you are not preparing for ethics, prepare it for optional. For optional, you should be preparing every topic like this. That is very very important. That is what I am saying: crisp notes, crisp notes. Crisp notes is very important for optional. This is the crisp notes that I was speaking about. So let me quickly go through this. So this is what I have said. And then again the same thing. Okay, I have collected the book. This is the book that I have prepared. So this is it for today, right? If you have any questions, you can ask me. I hope you have understood, you got a fair idea. I will be sharing the notes, right? You can go through it, right? Thank you for giving me this opportunity. We'll meet tomorrow, right? If you have any questions, you can ask me, or I will be leaving it. I'll share the question today, okay?